What's up out there? Impending darkness is now behind us. We don't have to worry about that anymore. That is done. We've got that taken care of, and that's that. So the first thing I did was came down to astrology and started working on the Ameria constellation because I wanted to take advantage of this astrology master relic, which gives all modifiers in a completed astrology constellation being doubled. So with that doubled, that means instead of 8% fishing skill XP, I get 16%. So it's just a straight buff across the board. It also gives you minus 10% fishing interval instead of minus 5% fishing interval. So it was well worth the time, but it took, I don't know, a couple days to generate. And basically I have all the mastery done. It just took a couple of days to generate enough stardust. Like I have plenty of golden stardust, but it took a couple of days to get enough regular stardust to actually level this up. And I'm kind of in the same boat with this wood cutting one for Deidre. I don't know that I'm going to bother working on the mastery for this one, but I wanted to at least get the fishing one done because I wanted fishing as leveled up as quickly as possible. So once I got that done, I switched over and started fishing. And basically what I did is I went through here and followed through the different fish. You'll notice that they have like, this one has a 2 to 4 second time for fishing. This is a 2 to 5.5, and the XP is different for each one. They're not all a consistent time, and they're not all the same XP. So when you're going through this, you would be tempted to maybe go from like raw shrimp to say trout to maybe then try to go to poison fish, salmon, leaping salmon, like to skip through all these. But like, let's take a look at say, leaping trout and raw mackerel. They're both level 20. So I always have a hard time finding these things. And I don't even have the gloves on. So that's probably not a good example to look at. But like, we'll take magic fish because that was one I actually looked at. So cave fish, tilapia, and magic fish. So here's magic fish here, 6 to 15 seconds. Tilapia is down here. And then we've got raw cave fish over here. So if you were to level up, you would get down to 75 and you would probably be tempted to switch over to raw magic fish at level 80. The problem is cave fish and tilapia are at the same level. This one gives you 447 XP in 4 to 7.5 seconds. This one gives you 491 XP in the same time frame. So you're going to want the raw tilapia, which I believe comes from the Atlas of Discovery expansion. So if you're in the base game, you're only going to get cave fish. But you might be tempted to switch over to raw magic fish because it's a higher level. The problem is it's less XP and far more time to fish. There's other examples throughout this whole thing. You kind of got to pay attention to what you're selecting when you're selecting the fish to use for XP. If the next option has roughly the same XP but a lot longer time frame to fish it up, just stick with what you're on and let it push past. So I kind of min-maxed that a little bit through here. Like I think I might have done some. I don't remember all the different iterations I took throughout this, but you can't really just take you would be inclined to say, okay, I went from raw swordfish to raw fanfish. Maybe I need to take raw fanfish. And that's not always the case. Sometimes you want to let it run for a few iterations through here, pass up some of these and go to like the next more lucrative one that pops up, if that makes sense. So I did some fishing. At some point I did some cooking and same thing with the cooking. I kind of worked through here. I did a little bit of, you got to do like shrimp for a while. I did that up until I could do the furnace stuff here with, this is the furnace, right? Yeah, the furnace. So then I could do like bread for a little while because I could just buy flour. And I think I was able to do, I think I skipped the pizza. I went over to like strawberry cupcakes because I had the materials for this, cherry cupcakes. I couldn't do apple pies because I don't have apples. I don't have apple seeds. And then I could do strawberry cakes for a little bit too. Yeah, I kind of burned all this stuff out. And you get nice XP off of this, like the 476, 926. Once you get into the soup part of it, you start really getting some XP. Like this is 1166 for chicken soup. So I can let this run. The only problem is I didn't have chicken. So I had to go get chicken. So what I did is I ran the chicken coop for a little while. I think that ran overnight the other night for a while. And I realized very quickly that almost every one of my skills, aside from defense, was basically sitting 1 XP away from level 100. So as I did the chicken coop, I just swapped between the different combat styles, leveled everything up. Actually, I went into a Slayer area to get that one up. So everything's at, all my combat skills are at level 100. Farming and township are there. Mining and smithing are there. Those were pretty easy to get. I can't remember why I was in mining and smithing to get them, but those were easy to level up and switch over. Wood cutting's got a fair bit to go. And then like none of the rest of these are ready to go. Summoning leveled up fairly quickly. Astrology's obviously there. I went to do agility last night and forgot to turn it on, or I thought I hit the start agility button, but when I woke up this morning, it said I wasn't training. So I lost like, I don't know, 6 or 8 hours of training time. It is what it is. I let it run during the day. I also refactored a lot of my obstacles so that I've got like agility XP, herblore XP, summoning mastery XP, and summoning interval. We've got global skill XP on a couple of these. Actually, several of these, some global mastery, and things like that. I thought there was one, maybe not. Maybe that's this one, and I don't want to change it. Yeah, this one's got summoning, and I don't want to change that. I want to leave that global skill XP. I can do obstacle 11 now, but I need to get some corundumite so I can take this and get this mastery one and whatever else. That's fine. I want to get something in there, fill that in. So that's kind of what I'm doing now, is just kind of working on some of these skills. I'm going to get, this will get level 99. I'll let this run. I'm running on herblore right now. I'll get that up to 100. What do we get at 100? Anything good? Area control potion and alchemic practice potion. Yeah, that'll be cool. Be worthwhile to get those at least. I will probably try to get level 100 in rune crafting so I could take advantage of the new runes. Crafting probably as well. I definitely want to try to get fishing and cooking there. Probably wood cutting as well. I don't know if thieving I want to take there yet or not. Fletching I'm going to hold off on for a bit. So I was looking at my combat areas. To do the ancient sanctuary, you need to get the labyrinth puzzle pieces. I totally forgot about all this. So it means I have to go through all these different monsters in the jungle labyrinth and get the labyrinth clues from each one of these. And the Kangamatos drop the sharp Fletcher glove. So I'll worry about fletching once I get those things ground out and collect that up. In fact, that might be what I work on my defense on, because those are, they might be a little thick. I don't know. We'll see. I do want to start getting some of the gear out of this. Unfortunately, I can only get to level 100 gear, which means I can't get into Corundum very far. We're going to have to definitely get a dungeon, at least 1 or 2 dungeons down to get fully decked out in Corundum. So this will be kind of interesting to see how this works out. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I have a whole bunch of level 100s. I'm working on a few more things to get to level 100 before this weekend. And then maybe this weekend we'll try to tackle one of the dungeons. Should be able to take that first one out. Actually, I need to start working on the combat part. So maybe I'll work on some of this, get a few of these skills done, and then start the combat here maybe in the next day or so. Try to line that up. I don't think the puzzle pieces are all that hard to get, so we should be able to do a dungeon maybe this weekend, get that one knocked out, and start going that. So that's basically what I've done, is ran through and leveled up a bunch of skills, got astrology where I needed it to be, get agility where I want it to be, and then start working on some of these other skills, get them up to level 100 to be able to take advantage of the Throne of the Herald stuff, and then we'll be prepping up for dungeons this weekend. So anyway, that will do it for this video. We will catch you on the next one. Take care.